There are moments in human history when a single discovery fractures everything we thought we understood, when the veil of certainty is torn, revealing a deeper and far more complex reality. These are the moments that shake civilizations, provoke fear, and ignite wonder all at once. And today, we may be standing at the precipice of one such moment. A seemingly routine image, tucked away in the enormous archives of the James Webb Space Telescope, has resurfaced. What it contains isn't just fascinating or beautiful. It's unsettling. It's impossible. And if verified, it could challenge the very foundation of physics, astronomy, and humanity's place in the universe. For months, the world stood in awe of Webb's first deep field image, known as SMACS 0723. Astronomers called it a cosmic masterpiece, a panoramic glimpse into a universe billions of years old. The image revealed galaxies swirling in elegant chaos, light stretched across unimaginable distances, and a beauty that reminded us just how vast the cosmos really is. But while the public marveled at the colors and detail, something else was unfolding behind closed doors. Something far more serious and far more secret. A section of the data associated with that image, just a few pixels wide, was flagged for further calibration. That's a technical term used in astronomy circles to dismiss irregularities for later review. But this time, the anomaly didn't disappear. And NASA didn't clarify. There was no explanation. No statement. Just silence. And then, quietly, without fanfare, the data began to leak. At first glance, the anomalous patch seemed like a minor technical glitch, a dark smear in the fabric of the deep field. But when independent astrophysicists enhanced the signal, correcting for lensing distortion, isolating infrared frequencies, and stacking time-lapse exposures, something remarkable began to emerge. It wasn't a star. It wasn't a galaxy. It was a concentrated thermal structure, geometrically uniform, with a repeating pulse at its center. And this pulse wasn't natural. Stars pulse due to natural oscillations. Neutron stars spin rapidly and emit radio bursts. Quasars fluctuate due to feeding cycles around black holes. But this was different. This was deliberate. The signal had perfect symmetry. It had gaps. Intervals. Repetitions. Each pulse spaced with mechanical precision. And when researchers ran it through a Fourier transform, breaking it down into component frequencies, they found something extraordinary. Patterns, chords, harmonics, musical symmetry. This wasn't cosmic noise. It was composed. One astrophysicist at the European Southern Observatory described it as a beacon written in light. Not just radiation, but information, data embedded in structured pulses. Even more eerily, the modulation closely matched a frequency recorded by Voyager 2 over 20 years ago. At the time, the anomaly was dismissed as electromagnetic interference. But now, staring at this identical pulse from billions of light-years away, scientists were no longer so sure. Two signals. Two sources. 2 decades apart. Same structure, same rhythm, same message? And here's where it becomes even more mysterious. The new pulse didn't originate from within our galaxy. It came from a region over 4.6 billion light-years away, meaning it was sent before Earth even formed. So the idea of coincidence? It began to collapse under the weight of data. Some theorized a form of cosmic echo, suggesting that the same signal was bouncing through space. But others whispered a far more provocative possibility. What if it was a beacon? Not a call for help. Not a warning. But confirmation. A signal designed to be detected only when a species was advanced enough to notice. As the data spread across global research networks, pressure mounted on NASA. Why was this information withheld for so long? Why was the section redacted from the public release? And perhaps most disturbingly, why were military and intelligence officials reportedly present in meetings originally meant for scientific review? Dr. Amanda Keller, a senior analyst on the Webb mission, addressed the issue in a press briefing. She described the signal as a high-priority irregularity under review. But shortly after that, leaked internal memos began surfacing. And they told a different story. There were references to government departments not typically involved in astronomy, defense, intelligence, aerospace contractors. Some messages used phrasing like national security relevance, containment protocols, and strategic escalation. Engineers inside NASA began to express concern. Several reportedly resigned, citing ethical discomfort and a lack of transparency. It was no longer just about an image. It was about something, or someone, watching. One theory, now gaining traction among top exobiologists, is known as the Sentinel hypothesis. It suggests that advanced civilizations wouldn't communicate through obvious means. They wouldn't send greetings or ships. They'd observe. Quietly. Patiently. Using technology so advanced it would blend with the laws of nature itself. Think of it like a surveillance device. A probe. A monitor. Planted in deep space, not aimed at Earth specifically, but at life. Awaiting a civilization mature enough to spot it, not when it was sent, but when we were finally ready. And now, with the capabilities of the James Webb Telescope, we just might have reached that threshold. But it gets even stranger. Using quantum pattern recognition, researchers discovered that the signal didn't just describe the present universe. Embedded within it were projections, predictions of future cosmic alignments. Galaxies that shouldn't be visible for another 50 years appeared within the mathematical framework of the emission. The signal wasn't bound to linear time. It was behaving like a temporal fingerprint, a message from across space and time. This revelation stunned the scientific community. It suggested foresight. Not just observation. And not just intelligence. But intention. What's more, the source of the signal matched the coordinates of a hypothetical sentinel location proposed decades ago by scientists like Bracewell, who argued that passive observers would be placed in gravitationally stable regions of space where they could persist for billions of years undetected. Now, we may have found one. And something has activated it. The pulse had changed. Comparing Webb's new data with the Voyager signal revealed a measurable shift. Something had triggered it. It wasn't static anymore. It was evolving. Adapting. Possibly even responding. But responding to what? At this point, researchers began calling the object the mirror. Not because it reflected light, but because it seemed to reflect us. The anomaly wasn't entirely physical. It was coded. A projection. An interference pattern embedded in spacetime, like a hologram encoded by gravitational lensing. And when they looked deeper into the signal, they didn't just find noise or coordinates. They found instructions. Equations. Quantum sequences. Diagrams. Embedded algorithms suggesting how to overcome current technological barriers, particularly in quantum computing and electromagnetic resonance. But there was something else. Something terrifying. There were schematics for a receiver. A device that, if constructed, could theoretically interpret a second layer of the signal. A deeper message currently unreadable by human instruments. Some researchers believe this is a kind of test. A next step. An invitation, or a trigger. And if we build it, we may unlock a message meant only for civilizations that reach a specific level of development. The implications are staggering. If this is real, and the evidence continues to mount, then we were not the first to reach this threshold. Others may have come before. And someone, has been watching, guiding, or perhaps judging our progress for longer than we've been able to comprehend. So now we stand at the edge. A message older than Earth, written in light, encrypted in time, and hidden in silence, has finally been heard. The James Webb Telescope may have revealed more than just the secrets of ancient galaxies. It may have opened a doorway to a truth we were never prepared for. And that truth is simple and chilling. We were never alone. We have always been watched. And now that we've seen the beacon, it might be watching us back. This wasn't a scream into the void. It was a whisper, delicately woven into quantum echoes and impossible alignments. A whisper meant only for those capable and willing to listen. And now, that whisper is growing louder. The question is no longer if we respond. It's what happens when we do. So tell us, are we ready? Or have we opened a door we were never meant to find? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because what comes next may be bigger than any of us can imagine. And don't forget to subscribe. Because what the James Webb Space Telescope reveals next might just rewrite everything we thought we knew. We'll be watching the stars and the silence together.